or they go 11-7. Our roster is maxed out at 23, and we have only 11 healthy forwards. Balinskis has played forward before, so, I mean, we're already cooked. Right? We're already cooked a little bit, so we'll see. I don't know when are we supposed to get an update on Sam Bennett, but Maurice didn't seem overly enthusiastic yesterday. Hey, real. So when Bob retires, I think we need to find another goalie because Forsling isn't cutting it. Yeah, his save percentage is worse than Bob's. Oh God. Ugh. I'm still under the weather, so I now I've got the congestion, so everything. So I took a decongestant, so my head is kind of like I'm loopy from the decongestant. I hate taking that shit, but I had to do it. Let's see. Sign says it's too bad. It's too bad Bob's having such a bum year, or else he'd be a good trade chip. Nah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but if he was having a good year, I don't know. I don't know how much. Like in the video that I did, he had lost 15 regular season. He had lost 15 games in regulation. There was not any singular game where I watched the highlights and thought we lost this game because of Bobrovsky. There were a lot of losses where we only scored one goal. A lot. Passed by Ottawa and Toronto in the same night. I can hardly show my face at work. It's so pathetic. Jesus. Well, I'm here. Science says Marchand, Lundell, and Bennett all day today and may or may not play tomorrow. Poor Maurice. So, what about the Olympics? Are these guys who can't play for us right now actually going to play in the Olympics? Hey, Icy. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Kenneth says, I guess Forsling is out for replacement goaltender. He's going to have to get better at that 5-hole for sure, Kenneth. But he can't take lessons from Bob. Or maybe Tarasov can give him some lessons. Craig, yeah, the Benadryl loop. Yeah, I'm here, but I'm already kind of loopy. Hungry says, on the bright side, I'll have some time to do some fishing this summer. Yeah, somewhat, right? Yeah, I mean, we're still going to do the same thing that we do. Still going to be, having the same streams and recaps and all of that. I'm going to have to find a shtick. I guess we're going to have to make something of Kyle and I picking different teams and that adding to the entertainment value to give Kyle and I something to root for during the games so that the reactions to goals are a little bit more authentic. So we have a vested interest. So Kyle and I will have to work on that and figure out who we're rooting for and what the consequences. Maybe I can, if I can get him to pick the wrong team, maybe I can get my Forsling jersey finally. Shine says there should be no optional practices right now. Get out there and learn a 5-on-3 power play. Oh, boy. That was tough. Jameson says, trade Bob for a second just to sign him again as a UFA in the offseason. Yeah. Hockey Dave says, here's a hot take. Granted that others will say it's not affecting the team's performance, I do not like the idea of four nations or Olympics in the middle of the season besides injuries. I'm not a fan of it either, man. That's for sure. Yeah, their minds are elsewhere. Mine seems to be on the Olympics. I'm not a fan of. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Simon, there's two more. We play Wednesday and Thursday. We play Wednesday and Thursday. And then of course we got the Super Bowl on Sunday. Nearmax says, Bob, the way he's playing right now is not worth re-signing. Well, I don't want to get off on that tangent. I think everybody's heard me defend Bobrovsky enough to know how I feel. Scientist says, Sorelli and Point won't play again until after the break. They may or may not play in the Olympics. That's still to be determined. Hungary says, if Bob retires, we're going to end up with Skinner, aren't we? You know, here's what I know. Skinner allowed 2 goals in a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. And I can guarantee you, if he was on the Panthers and he allowed 2 goals in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final, he would be a cup-winning goaltender. I'm just saying. That would be the best, though. He's one of the, I mean, I'll look at this list again. I will share this list and share you guys with the screen why I say there's really nothing out there that makes you say, all right, move on from Bobrovsky. Bob is the highest paid. Obviously, price doesn't count here. Mrazek, Brossoit, I don't even know how to pronounce Brossoit, Rosit, Biscuit, Fedotov, Anderson, no, Skinner, Talbot, Nedeljkovic, Connor Ingram, Kosa, Quick, no. Vanacek, no. Urson, Comesso, Kakinen, Tarasov, Merolainen, Picard, Murray, Riddick. Like, there's nobody on that list. Akira Schmid, he's an RFA. He's not even a UFA at this point. Like, there's nobody. Shilovs. Now, of course, any one of these guys could be, somebody that's really not known. But in terms of names that you say, yeah, let's go get that guy instead of Bobrovsky, they don't exist. Scientists, yeah, that's potential for 2 more open spots. Hopefully Bennett doesn't go, man. Craig says World Junior should be playing the Olympics, not NHL guys. I wouldn't be against that at all. Hey, Michael. Yeah, I agree there, Als. We kind of did get lucky that Chucky's injury didn't cost us, for sure. Hockey says Bob is tired and needs a break. Completely agree there. Simple, he needs a refocus. Bob is still the man, but not a machine, and unlike Ovechkin, this Russian machine is broken right now. Give Bob a break. That's an interesting thing there, because for everybody else, we're giving them a pass because they're exhausted, right? But everybody is just assuming that whatever declining play Bob has exhibited this year is all because he's gotten older, which I understand that theory. But, he's played a ton of hockey and high intensity, high focus. And one thing that Chucky was talking about in his interviews yesterday, in the interview post game, was he said it a couple of times. He said, physically, the guys are okay, but the mental wear and tear, even the mental inside of games where you've got the lead and then you lose it. He was talking about how mentally the guys are wiped out. Yeah, Shines. As I recall, Olympics are for amateurs anyways. Why are they using the pros? Hey, Jeff, how you doing, Autistica? How you doing, bud? Life is good. Life is good. I'm sick. Donna brought home a cold type of flu thing from work, so I'm sick. But other than that, I can't really complain. I can't really complain. Well, I could complain about the weather. We got a foot of ice outside. Yeah, it's still okay. I don't have to go work a real job. So as long as I don't have to go work a real job, the rest of my life is okay. Hey, Simon. Man, I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks, buddy, because not feeling great. I'm going to try to get into the sauna a little bit later today, because I probably crash out right after. Michael says, we're just deflated out there. Better call AAA, right? Hungry. If I hear the words no excuses come out of another Bolts fan, I might commit a felony. We have no healthy centers or second defensive pair, fourth line, and that's not everyone. Hey, Vincent. So I have a feeling if, and that's 3 ifs, Barkov and most of them are on the ice, hungry and ready to play after the break, the whole pressure release situation might be good for them. There's to lose, or are you saying there's nothing to lose? I don't know. Well, the only thing about that would be, even if Barkov was to come back and be healthy, you would have to either make the, well, you wouldn't make the trade now, but you would have to move Rodriguez and I think Boquist as well. I know at least Rodriguez, you'd have to move him. Did they really, Ronald? Every game. Jeez. Leave us alone. We're dead already. Nearmex says Lion played better than Bob last night. Different circumstances for sure. Okay, says Bob's not the problem, and only giving up 15 or 20 shots a game isn't really the defense. It's a weird predicament to be in. It's just the quality of shots, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying he's been perfect. But you look at Tarasov's better numbers, and his win-loss record is just as bad. Hey, Burned Oils. Vincent says Bob is fine. Of all the roster, he can play for the Cup every year. The team is broken. Yeah, ain't nobody left. I mean, we had Verhaeghe taking faceoffs yesterday. Yeah, exactly, scientist. Of the 15 to 20 shots they're giving up are grade A chances, breakaways, 2-on-1s, and juicy rebounds. Appreciate that, Real. That just about killed me. Communist. No, it's infrared. It's an infrared sauna. Anthony says, I honestly don't think we're as far behind as we think we are, because I believe Buffalo is going to fall off after the All-Star break and the deadline. I mean, here's the thing. So even if that's true, we're behind everybody now. Like we're last place in the Atlantic. The only team, and we're almost last place in the conference, but Flyers, Devils, Rangers keeping us out. But I get what you're saying. It seems disingenuous to me that the NHL players treat the Olympic hockey as so prestigious. I don't know. I understand what you're saying. I think for some guys it's real. I mean, like I wouldn't doubt Chucky and his desires there. You know what I mean? So Vincent says the real fella in here. I want to point out is Maurice. He didn't adjust the team or the game. The shot percentage, the shot suppression doesn't make sense if they give up those chances the next moment. It has been weird, Vincent. I just don't know what more he could have really done. I mean, I just don't know what more he could have really done. So Jeff says, question, am I the only one who thinks this team should neither buy nor sell? It's not going to happen this year with the injuries, but the team is still stacked for October. Just embrace the suck. Every day I preach that. Every day. I'm like, just leave it. Just leave it alone. Let Schwint continue to develop. Let Vilmanis continue to develop. Get Mackey some shooting lessons. Put everybody on LTIR. Bring up the whole checkers. Hey, what about Cooper Black? Anybody interested in bringing him up for a few games just for shits and giggles? Like, we're 10 points out. Simon, what's the prediction for the 2 games? In terms of the Super Bowl, the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. I already bet the house. I already bet the entire house on the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. So if I'm homeless, that I don't have to stream anymore. But in terms of the Panthers, Simon, I don't have a good answer for you. Ricky. Well, we're used to them winning, right? We're 20th in the league for high danger shots against. Anthony, I'll tell you what I said last night remains true. My head says it's over. My heart says it's over. My gut says don't give up yet. We're pretty far out, but I'm not quitting yet. Shines, anyone that's a UFA might as well try to get something. We don't have any. Bob is basically it. Mackey's an RFA. Vilmanis is an RFA. Everybody else has a contract. Tarasov, but you're not going to trade him. You want to sign him. Like there's nobody that's a UF. There's nobody. I'm thinking about it. There's nobody. I mean, Boquist. I think Boquist still has another year on his deal. Hey, thank you, Burned Oil. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you for all the great Panthers content. I appreciate that, man. We're still going to be here. We'll still be here. Nothing, we ain't going to stop working. Real says, here's a quote from someone on Twitter about the Olympics. I had to break it up. I understand the frustration amongst the fan base when a player gets hurt in an international tournament, but North America is the only continent where club is more important than country is expected by fans. Interesting. Huh. Jeff says, if anything, bring up as many kids possible, showcase them for the farm. Yep. Completely agree. I'd like to see Horvolka too. I mean, just let Forsling take a nap and let's see what Horvolka can do. I mean, hell, at this point, if we brought up enough kids with enough energy, maybe we win a couple of games and get closer. It ain't going to get much worse. Jameson said McDavid wrote an article in the Players Tribune how much playing for Canada means to himself and the country. Interesting. Yeah, van down by the river streams. Yeah, exactly, Craig. If I can somehow get the fiber plugged into my phone. Scientist says, not going to lie, the Schwint, Vilmanis, Greer line's been our best line. They were being matched for Buffalo's top line yesterday with absolutely cooking. Yeah, you ain't wrong. You're not wrong. He also outlines that losing Game 7 to the Panthers completely ruined his bachelor party. Everyone went home after 2 days. He was a mess. Yeah, exactly, Burned Oil. So Vincent says he disagrees. The team is behind the curve on the talent level. After this season, they must add difference makers to chase young, skilled teams. Otherwise, I don't think they'll have success. I'm thinking about that. I mean, to me, I think they've succeeded in one thing in getting younger. To me, Schwint and Vilmanis need to stay. Honestly, Schwint, Vilmanis, Greer is the fourth line next year. I'd be fine going in. In terms of, upgrading younger guys, I don't know. Yeah. What the hell? I got a hair in my eye here. One of Donna's hair. One of her long blonde hairs. Geez, there it is, too. How the hell did that get on my face? No smart ass answers. Yeah, Bernard, once the gut feeling is gone, it's not gone. I was going to quit last night when I was doing the post game, but just said, don't quit. Colin Marchand could play tomorrow per Maurice. That would be nice. Be a little bit helpful. Do you think getting the chances of getting Breadman and shoot? Question. You don't think getting the Breadman improves our chances because we can trade Erod and Jeff and give them a second or a future consideration pick? No, he doesn't fit what we do. He's not young. And even clearing out that salary there, he wants a long-term deal. And I just don't see that as a good move for us. Scientist says, I still stand by putting Barkey on season-ending LTIR and pick up someone big, maybe Panarin, to take advantage of next year's 104 cap. But that would just lock the roster in. I'd want to get younger. Even if you want to discount Sam Miskevich. Barkov, Reinhardt for Hagee, Bennett, Kachuk, question mark, Lundell, Luosterainen, Marchand, Schwint, Vilmanis, and Greer. That doesn't include Rodriguez, Boquist, or Sam Miskevich. Now, if you're going to move those assets, it better be for something better than Panarin. So if you wanted to consider that spot next to Bennett and Kachuk open, to be honest with you, I'm not entirely convinced Vilmanis can't take that spot. If Vilmanis can score, we already know he can do everything else. Like, that's a big dude that fights for the puck. He keeps possession of the puck. He plays the right way. Like, I'm not entirely convinced we wouldn't just go Vilmanis with Bennett and Kachuk next year. Maurice likes him. I don't know if you guys saw the post game where Maurice was talking about him, but I mean, he literally said he's a good one. He said that he likes Vilmanis. He says he can play with anybody. He kind of took a shot at Mackey because Maurice said he's not just a one-dimensional player that you have to play with certain types of players. He can do it all and play anywhere in the lineup. He's a good one, is how Maurice put it. So that kid's going to be on the top 12. He's going to be in the top 12 forwards next year. That much is almost a guarantee. Did Sam Miskevich play himself out of a spot? Might have. Or at least Vilmanis might have played Sam Miskevich out. Hey, NHL. Real said, Maurice said, Bennett, Lundell, Marchand, all to be determined for Wednesday. Gotcha. Greer has the best plus-minus on the team last night. Interesting. And Anthony, and I say this with all due respect, having nothing to do with you, but where do you get these rumors from? Where do you get the rumors from? That's a legitimate question. Who is making those things up? Yeah, I'm with Mike. Why in the hell would we move on from Pomo? And why in the hell would we get Trotz? That Mike answered the question for me, but I'm just curious who is making those rumors up? Because they need a lobotomy. Steven says, we're cooked. It sucks, but it's the truth. Just too much for us to overcome without getting everyone back after the break. Yeah, if we get everybody with Barkov back and we win 10 straight coming out of the break, we're good. That's all we got to do. I was almost there, Burned Oils, in terms of quitting after the goal that made it 3-2. I think that's when reality really started to hit, of what it's going to take for them to get in. I mean, we can't stay healthy for a game. So, would it even matter if we made the playoffs? These guys, they can't even stay healthy for a game at this point. We're on a low-carb diet in South Florida. We need a seventh D-man. Well, Petrie's not going to be back. Petrie won't be back. It's kind of one of the reasons why I'd like to see Horvolka. Is he ever going to get it? How old is this kid? He's 6'6", 229. He's 24. He's played 30 games for the Checkers this year. He's got 2 goals, 8 assists. He's a plus 14. What are we going to ever give this kid a chance? Ever? Hello? Steven says there's no point to trade for anyone. If we trade for anything, it ought to be for picks. Yeah. If we're going to do anything, it'd be for picks. Yeah. Hey, Bolts Games. Vincent says Petrie was such a miss, but what we need is an actual number 1D. Move Forsling down. Need to bring Ekblad's time down if we can't get rid of that devil. I mean, we the deal. I mean, we signed them, and they all got no move clauses. Aaron Ekblad ain't waiving his no move clause. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any chance in hell that dude's going to waive his no move clause. Hey, Frank. Even Frank has gotten there. Said no Panera, no trade. See if we can get a first round pick somehow. Hey, Great White. He says, what was Bob thinking? Now he's trying to play defenseman and a goalie. I started laughing long before the puck was in the back of the net. It's just, you can just see it coming a mile away. Craig says Vilmanis is a slightly quicker E2. That's fair. He's got a decent shot, though, too. But don't forget, during the President's Trophy season, when we weren't as focused on defense, Luosterainen scored 17 goals. He's not completely without offensive ability. Yeah, Frank, Barkov's on the ice this morning. Yep. Vincent says, and again, these last games don't matter. The games in October and November where it was kind of lost. Yeah, I don't even disagree with you there. Like we blew some games early in this season when we still had Jones, and we were still healthy-ish compared to where we are now. We blew some points for sure. Shine says, just need to get that Chicago pick, preferably higher than 15th. Boy, I took a decongestant. It's really kicking in now. I'm like I'm kind of stoned. I don't take meds very often because they have an effect on me, but I had to take it this morning, and I am definitely Dayquil stoned over here. Craig says you'll keep pulling for Merrick Alsher. Now that's another guy I won't even disagree with you there. 6'3", 206, 21, right? So he's got a little bit of time there. Checkers, looks like he's playing well this year too again for them. Like between him and Horvolka, let me see. Alsher's a lefty. Horvolka's a righty. Oh, come on. Come on, let's bring him up. Let's see what we got. He's 24 already. What are we waiting for? Craig says, Jaws, you also thought Tarasenko wouldn't be a good for us, and we want to cut with him. Another friend of Bob. That's a completely different situation. Completely different situation. With Tarasenko was a known rental. My biggest thing with Panarin is no interest in signing him to a contract. So that's one major difference. That's the biggest reason. Like if we were close, if we were 2 points out and needed some extra scoring, and we could get Panarin on the cheap, oh, okay, sure. But just as a rental, I don't want to give him a contract. I understand what you're saying. I wasn't thrilled about Tarasenko either. Craig says a couple of players are fed up with Maurice. Reinhardt is worn out. Maurice finally took the blame for overplaying Bennett. He's done the same to Bob. Well, the Bob thing is a little bit different, though, Craig. You might be right about playing Reinhardt and Bennett too much, but Bobrovsky, the goalie coach, lays out the schedule before the season. And when I spoke to Randy Moeller about this years ago, he told me that basically the way that Maurice handles Bob is Bob tells him if he wants to take a break or if he wants to play, then that's what Bob gets. So as much as we would like to, you could have, maybe Maurice could force Bob's hand. But if Bobrovsky feels like he needs less games, he would need to say something because generally speaking, Maurice stays out of that decision making. And Maurice has said that too. He doesn't mess with the goalies. But in terms of Reinhardt and Bennett, you might not be wrong. Steven, yeah, I mean, why not, right? Why not try it? Why not try it? Hey, Simon, what's my predictions to get into the playoff? You know, Simon, that's actually a pretty good question. Maybe during the break, I'll do a video about that. He's asking, what are my predictions to who's going to get into the playoffs? And maybe I'll do a video about that, Simon, this weekend. Because I got to keep content coming, because even though there's no games. That's a good question. Michael, I thought about that. He says Bob should have pulled a hassock and sent the Buffalo player flying. When I rewatched it, when I was editing the video, I kind of thought, man, I wish Bob would have just tripped that dude or like slid into him or something. Silva. Oh, poor Bubba. Poor Bubba. He'll be okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly, Kenneth. Maybe he was told to never leave the crease again, and he's committed. Steven says, to be fair with Reinhart and Bennett, where was the opportunity to rest them? Well, so while I don't necessarily disagree with that, here's a question. So let me see something here. Let's do a little experiment. So Sam Reinhart, let's see. Let's pick a game where he had a ton of ice time. So against Minnesota, he had 26 minutes and 22 seconds of ice time against Minnesota, right? Okay. So let's see. Rodriguez. The same game. The same game, Rodriguez had 14 minutes and 35 seconds. Now, this is not something I would have thought about, but that's some mismanagement. There's no reason why Reinhart should be getting almost 27 minutes of ice time in a game where Rodriguez gets 14 and a half. And even though that's just one game that I pulled out of my ass, that's probably indicative of like that could have been 22 minutes for Reinhart and 18 for Rodriguez. You see what I'm saying? Oh, no, Rick, you got money riding on the team? Oh, boy. Yikes. Oh, Michael, yeah, we're doing all the Olympic stuff. Now, for the first few United States games, I'll be at my parents' 50th anniversary in Melbourne, but Kyle will still be here to do the games. But we're going to do as many Olympic hockey games as we can, not just the USA stuff. So, yeah, we're going to be completely busy. Real says, whoever made the schedule that has us playing Boston and Tampa on a back-to-back right before the break, I just want to talk. Yeah, we just want to talk. Just have a nice conversation, right? Mike says, I know that having all of our starters would have made it easier to rest players. That's fair point too. Silva. Mike says that if Matthew hadn't played since the beginning of the season, he should be playing two positions at a time with all 60 minutes. Michael, yeah. Yeah, they did good. 50 years is a long time. Steven says, I can agree there are times where we can rest a few minutes a game, but I honestly do not feel like it wouldn't have changed their energy levels. Resting whole games would, but it's not possible. That's the thing, is like, even if we were fully healthy, I don't think Maurice would have rested guys for full games. But maybe, that's what Maurice, he kind of said it. He said, I need to get these guys away from me, right? I mean, I see both sides. Steven says, obviously, you know a lot more than me, but I don't know how much Maurice can do. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, look, and we got guys out of position, right? I do feel, though, that Reinhart has probably been, I mean, he's leading the team in goals, so, but it is, I mean, he's just burnt. He's just burnt. His face-off percentage is way down, too. Dennis says, crazy in your schedule preview. You love this schedule. Compared to last year, it's still a better schedule than last year, for sure. I think, was Barkov already hurt when I did the schedule preview? I don't remember. I don't remember. Because Barkov got hurt like the first day of practice. I think I did too. But I mean, in comparison to last year's schedule, this one was way better. And there's another part to that too, right? So like before the season, if I would have saw Boston and then Tampa, I'd have been like, no problem, right? I wouldn't have even been worried about it. We should at least get 3 of those 4 points. Boston was the worst team last year, I believe, in the whole conference, to finish last in the conference. And we had been whooping Tampa's ass. So there could be some play there too, right? Like now it's completely, like if I would have saw at the beginning of the year Buffalo and then Boston and then Tampa, I'm like, ooh, we're going to finish before the break, no problem. And now it means something completely different. Excuse me. The hell was that? That was weird. Oh, is that? Hold on a second. Hold on. It sounded like somebody fell out here. Sorry. Must have been a cat or something on the porch. So it says, breaking news, the Panthers assigned goalie Gustavo Slinger Johansson to a 2-year, $2 million deal. Forsling's got to watch that 5-hole, right? He's playing for Team Sweden, surprisingly. What's that great white CBS Sports? What did I miss? Barkov not likely hurt when I did the preview. Unlike I had like 117 points. Geez, yeah. I hope I didn't say that when he was hurt or before he was hurt. Oh, is that the one where I went like live? Is that the one you're talking about? The one where I did live and I was just going through the games, just guessing the points that we would get. No, I don't think it was a pipe. It was something on the porch, I think. We're not cold enough now for the pipes to burst, luckily. Steven says, like, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. CBS Sports is reporting that Barkov is out for the season. I mean, he was just practicing today. He was just practicing today, so I don't know. I haven't heard anything different. I think we'd know if they would have moved him. Yeah. Nothing has happened as far as we know. I think what they're just meaning is he's out for the regular season. Maybe it was a Penguin, yeah. Hey, Shane says, we're not in a hopeless spot, but we have about the same odds as Frodo in the Land of the Rings or the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Hey, Chris, you love Bob, but Bob needs to sit. I mean, we did give Tarasov some extra starts. Like we just gave Tarasov the extra start a few days ago, and he allowed 5. What's Bob's save percentage now? I feel bad for the dude at this point. 872. God, poor Bubba. It's not right. It's not right. No, scientists. No, you guys are serious. Colin Bennett is going. He got hurt last night. Whatever. He's replacing Sorelli. Whatever, man. Frozen. You hope they play. He says if the Panthers don't make the playoffs, I hope they trade Marchand to whoever the Maple Leafs are going to play in the playoffs. Damn it. Yeah, Shane says put a healthy defense and team in front of Bob and Tarasov and we're fine. Damn it. And that's in replacement of Sorelli. So is Marchand going to go too? Oh, we're so cooked. It's real. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Yeah, Chris says just limp to the end of the season, get everyone healthy, and go win the cup next year. I mean, if any of these players think they were being overplayed, but then they still insist on going to the Olympics, damn. Well, yeah, the Lightning aren't going to take it easy, that's for sure. Hearing weird noises out there. Yeah, Vilmanis is going to, but he's a young kid. He's got his legs and all of that. That's good experience for him, right? Yeah, we're sending the most players to the Olympics while being in last place for our division. Oh, there you go, Frozen. Says it feels like the season when Huberdeau was still on the team and they lost a ton of games. Yeah, I mean, that team fell apart just from Huberdeau getting that one injury. Oh. Craig says Bennett is a fool to help Team Canada. Their fans don't even want him and slander him. Well, that's frustrating. So, and you notice how Cooper held his player back, right? Right? I mean, he's being smart. He's being smart. It may get to a point, it may have gotten to a point with like Bennett and maybe even Marchand, where maybe they just feel like, in terms of the Panthers, maybe they feel like, well, we're not going to make it anyway, so I may as well go play in the Olympics. You hope Bennett made him beg for it. I was thinking Bennett might end up going anyway because of whatever's wrong with Marchand. I mean, Marchand's nursing an injury, a recurring thing. Oh, well. Oh, well. Frozen says, I'm not going to enjoy the Olympics with Russia not in it. It would be the last time we played in it, and all the Russian games used to be entertaining. Yeah, not having Russia is It's unfortunate. The whole point to this stinking thing is to not be political. You know, Marchand might have to get operated. I feel like it's probably a groin or something. Um, but they say he might play tomorrow. It's going to depend on the morning skate. So, oh well, you know, so yeah. So we still got 8 guys going. I don't know how much it's going to matter now, guys. You know what I mean? I don't know how much is going to matter anyway. We're so far behind. Like if we were 2 or 3 points behind, I'd really genuinely be pissed. But at this point, let's see. Bird says Cooper and McDavid will throw the party of the century for winning the Olympics without Russia there and the Finns missing their best player. That's another good point, missing Barkov. Yeah, it's a good point. Shane says Barkov actually looks good. They have the Barkey cam, as they call it now, on X. Saw him doing laps with the others. Hard to tell what practice is the real one with the guys out. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get his chance to rest, that's for sure. Hey, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, it's cold. It's kicking my ass. Kachukin says Barkey on SCLTIR is the only option. I just don't know how much it's going to matter at this point. Like, we've just lost 4 straight. Yeah, just everyone healthy next year. Exactly. Yeah, Rick, it is what it is, right? And I kind of agree with Craig. Says can't really complain about being tired if they go and they play during the break. Remember, Reinhardt's going too, right? Ken says no team can win 3 cups in a row in the salary cap era. I can't see it. I mean, it ain't happened for a reason. Certainly not in the NHL. I think somebody said in basketball somebody won 3 straight. But I mean, nobody's made it to 4 straight since the Islanders in the beginning part of the 80s. Just making it to 4 straight. Huh. Yeah, so now Canada will have a line of Bennett with Marchand and Wilson. Imagine him on the ice at the same time as Kachucks and Eichel. Ugh. So, Michael, in terms of the timeline for the injured guys, we might get Marchand back tomorrow before the break. But other than that, everybody but so Jones should be back after the Olympic break. Marchand, Lundell, not quite Kulikov yet, I don't think. Gadjevich should be back as well. So mainly, I mean, for the most part, most of the team minus Barkov should be back after the break. But that's pending whatever is going to happen during the Olympics, too. Great White, yeah, no, we're still going to be doing all the playoffs. Nothing's going to change. We're going to be streaming everything that we possibly can. I see what you're saying. It matters a lot to keep Rodriguez. Well, we don't. Yeah, I see what you're saying. We don't have to put him on season-ending LTIR to keep Rodriguez, though. We just never activate him off of LTIR. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of accounting. Exactly, Steven. Frozen says Olympics used to be good with Zetterberg, Lundqvist, that goalie, Team Sweden with Russia, Datsuk. I mean, I think the tournament will still be fun. It's just, 2 years in a row, the Four Nations last year and the Olympics this year, having to condense the schedule is rough. Omar says if Florida goes 30-6, they get to 99 points. What? That can't be right. No, that's wrong. 30-6 would have us at 109 points because 30 is 60 points. No, 30-6. We might win the division if we went 30-6. Right, I get what you're saying, Craig, about no guarantees. Yeah, I think he meant 20-6. Yeah. I wish we still had 36 games or could go 30-6. The current betting odds for the Panthers are surprisingly still at 130. Huh. Well, yeah, no, but we activated Chucky, but we still don't need to clear any space. As long as Barkov's on LTIR, we don't need to do anything like trade Rodriguez. It's not. We just don't activate Barkov. In other words, I mean, you can move him to SCLTIR, but we don't have to keep Rodriguez. Yeah, Metal, we saw it. Appreciate that, Michael. Omar, yeah, I wish we could get 60 more points. Panther fans are ready to piss about Bennett going after being hurt. Yeah, well, we'll be okay. We'll be back. I mean, I know it's rough, but I mean, hell, you just can't lose 4 straight this time of the year. The Jackets have won 5 straight. We're behind the Leafs now. 168 goals for. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that have scored fewer goals in the conference. There's nobody in the division that's scored fewer goals. It's a problem. All right, everybody. I am going back to bed. That damn the decongestant has kicked in. I am loopy as hell. I gotta go lay down. Still be live tomorrow at noon. We'll be still finishing up these last 2 games just like we normally do. During the break, we'll still be live most days. I got to look at the Olympic schedule and see what that's going to be about. But we're gonna do the best we can to be live. I'll try to make sure that I at least do the noon lives. I got to get some rest though. Damn it! I was starting to feel a little bit better last night. Woke up this morning, so I finally took some meds. So now I'm like, I feel like I'm a space cadet right now. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jameson. I'll be okay. The good news is that when it gets to the point where I've got the head cold like I do now, that's usually the last part. So as long as Donna doesn't bring any new bugs home from work, I should be okay. And I got pizza and ice cream. That's what I got. So the meals of champions. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. And I will see you tomorrow at noon. Unless we trade Samoskevich for McDavid. If we trade Samoskevich for McDavid, I'll go live.